I believe these are so these are scrap watercolor paper, and today it'll be fun to paint ACEO while I chat. For those of you if you don't know about the ACEO is, ACEO stands for Art Cards, Editions, and Originals. It's basically miniature art. The paper size must be 2.5 by 3.5 inches. What's great about this is low cost for artists and collectors, since the size is very small. And these days, Pokemon trading card is booming. As artists, why can't we ride with this wave, right? For me at the moment, I do ink drawings and watercolor paintings, so I want to make 2 ACEO. So these scrap papers are sort of stained. Stained, I mean by I painted the watercolor really thin wash to remove the white. And for the ink, I would like to use these diamine inks because they're really vibrant color and then draws the eye. And the con of using these inks, I believe these are dye based, so these cards might fade away over time if it's exposed to the sun, I think. I kind of love these looks of time has passed. It's really hard to replicate. So I think I'm gonna use this. Hi, my name is Mai. If you're new here, I go by Sketcher Canopy on YouTube, and I share my art and document my artistic journey here on YouTube. By the way, if you are interested in acquiring or trading these, let me know in a comment. So yeah, I thought these tiny paintings are the best to practice sending art to people. Since I'm so scared of these logistics of sending paintings, practice makes progress, right? Although if nobody wants these or not interested in, there's no way I can practice. And considering what's happening in 2026, the world seems to going into recession. Not many people can afford luxury things when they are having a hard time to afford essential things. So after doing abstract ink work, I decided to paint watercolor paintings first while this ink is drying. So I just want to talk about the things I regret, things I wish I've done, and that is I haven't tried to make money with my service or work before. I wish I've done it when I was kid or younger. I grew up in a suburban area in Japan. I'm sorry if my pronunciation is wrong. It's quite difficult to think in English and speak in English at the same time. We go back to my point. I grew up in a suburban area. There were some fields, public space like libraries, hospitals, many apartment buildings and schools. I was told to get a job from existing companies like any store or restaurant. Don't have to do original things like current YouTube. It's an easy way of making money. Just do what they told you to do. I think selling things is a skill. You have to choose wisely what to sell, promote and advertise to sell more. You have to show up and you have to manage finance. I worked at a retail store and sold things for someone else. It feels like it's a similar thing as selling your own things, but I'm feeling like it's a completely different thing. Last year I sold my paintings first time, and I hoped it would happen often, but it didn't. And I haven't flipped items on internet. I haven't sold things in flea market. And I feel like it's getting harder and harder to make money out of original things because of how world is changing. It's getting more challenging to sell non-essential things in life. And I have to start as an absolute beginner, as some kind of seller. I almost got scammed in the first year. That was a lesson, I guess. But I guess when things are tough, it's same for everyone. And it won't do anything good just regretting. But I could say one thing. I agree with what people saying, just start now. So you should try everything if that's possible. Now let me talk about what I'm painting for these ACEOs. For this watercolor ACEO, I decided to paint these two ducks. My partner's mom has ducks and they are from her place. The male duck is white one and female duck is beige one. The name is from the famous ducks from the Mouse Kingdom that starts from D. Did you know that their name is completely different in Sweden? Donald is Kalle and Daisy is Kajsa. I really don't know why, but they like to name Swedish names for famous characters. I still can't get over the fact that Swedish people called Gustav as Garfield. But I digress. When I started to paint and took close-up shot, I didn't realize that the paper was slightly outside the frame. I'm sorry about that. I will check next time. I didn't want it to be stiff painting, so I try not to overwork. And second one was ink drawing ACEO, and I chose to draw semla. Semla is a pastry and you can see them most of the Nordic countries. I'm not a Christian, but Swedish people eat them on a Fat Tuesday, which is end of the Lenten season, according to my research. There are many sizes, big and small, but we eat small ones and several of them in a day. They are plain cardamom buns filled with almond paste and whipped cream in the middle and powdered sugar on top. And apparently it has killed a Swedish king. On the evening of February 12th, 1771, King Adolf Frederick, who was already in poor health, sat down to a lavish dinner and passed away after the dinner. Some people say that he had a stroke after dinner because how much he ate, not directly from semla. I don't know what's true, but this is a crazy story. I am open to swapping or selling for these. Either way, let me know if you are interested in a comment, or maybe I might pop them on my coffee shop page.